Govan, good morning to you. So the last time we spoke, you had a conversation with a number of ANC figures from the province. The one issue that we didn't speak about, Govan, is whether or not the likes of Brian Hlongwa, Qetani Mahlangu, Simon Mufokeng are going to be participating in that march. Have you spotted them?
Well, Oli, no, I have not yet spotted Brian Hlongwa, Qetani Mahlangu or Simon Mufokeng at this march, but we have a number of senior ANC leaders here, including the Premier of the Gauteng province, Premier David Makura, who's here to just elaborate on the issues, but also speak to whether we will see the likes of Brian Hlongwa, Qetani Mahlangu and Simon Mufokeng taking part in this march, considering the controversy around their public figures over the last few months. Premier, will we see those leaders taking part in this march, joining the Gauteng ANC PEC?
Well, I'm very happy today. You're going to see that the streets of the city of Tshwane are going to be packed. There are people from all over the province who are going to be in this march. The leadership of the alliance in our province will be here, the leadership of civil society organizations. We had extensive consultations with various organizations, taxi associations, and non-profit organizations that have also demonstrated great interest on all the issues of the cost of living. I want to say that this People's March today focuses on the issues of the cost of living. There's rising cost of living, the falling standards of living for our people. The e-tolls is just but one of those areas that we are going to focus on. It's a huge burden for motorists in Gauteng province, but we also have the cost of data. We have been saying data must fall. We're bringing to the fore today that issues of the cost of data must be attended to. Fuel hikes, the increases in the cost of fuel is also an issue that will receive the spotlight today. Of course, the VAT increase that also happened last year, which early this year, has increased the burden, particularly for the middle income people as well as the poor. So this People's March focuses on the very important issues of the rising cost of living. We are confident that President Cyril Ramaphosa, who is at the helm of our country, will be able to listen and hear all these concerns of our people.
Premier, this march has been interpreted to be the ANC marching against their own ANC government. Why has the ANC in Gauteng not been able to secure an intervention for these number of issues that you've raised from the national leadership? And why does it take the ANC in Gauteng joining up with the alliance members to march to the union buildings to raise these issues?
I want you to understand one thing. The ANC is the leader of society. The ANC must always take a lead on all issues affecting our people. If there's crime, the ANC organization and structures and the alliance structures in communities must mobilize communities and lead the struggles against crime. If there is a problem of lack of service delivery, the ANC as a people's organization must lead those. If there is corruption, even if it's in a government led by the ANC must mobilize people and go out there. And those who are in government will have to be put under pressure also by the ANC itself to respond to the issues that are being raised by the people. So there is no contradiction. We are marching today to the union buildings to deliver a memorandum to our president, who is also the president of the ANC. We also want to support his own efforts in dealing with corruption, because corruption increases the cost of living. It also increases the cost of doing business. We want to be saying to the president today, we are fully behind you in dealing with all those issues. He has recently talked about the stimulus package. We want the stimulus package to also mitigate the high cost of living for our people all over in the townships, in various communities in Gauteng. So the ANC as an organization rooted in communities is going to continue to mobilize even where there's governance failure. The ANC will lead the struggles of our people. because the ANC cannot be reduced to government. There is a separation between the party and the state. So where the ANC feels that the government is not moving fast enough or is not hearing the cries of our people, the ANC must go out there and lead the struggles, lead communities, lead all sectors to take up the issues, including working with organized trade unions to take up issues affecting workers. There is no contradiction. That's how we have always understood the role of the ANC as a leader of society. We are not just a party in government. We have been a leader of society long before we got into government. We are not going to cede the responsibility of the ANC to the government. Every government, including the government that I lead, every government must be put under pressure in order to respond urgently to the issues facing communities. That is the role of the ANC.
Thank you so much. That was Gauteng Premier David Makura just explaining why there's no contradiction in the ANC Gauteng marching to the union buildings calling for action from the national ANC. Well, I do have another guest here with me. Oli, if you could just bear with me for a moment. It's the Deputy General Secretary of COSATU, Mr. Soli Peto. And of course we know that COSATU is playing a prominent role in this march. They've organized hundreds of workers to come and take part in it, to raise their concerns about the statements by Finance Minister Tito Mboweni in the medium-term budget policy statement, in which he said that the provincial departments or provincial governments would be tasked with footing the bill for the public sector wage increase. We do know that COSATU has had several differences with the new Finance Minister, but today they're here to raise their concerns about e-tolling as well as the high cost of living and the VAT increase. We'll try to get Mr. Soli Peto, the Deputy General Secretary of COSATU, just to come and say a few words for us here. Oli, he is coming into the frame now.
We are going to have to leave it there for the moment. Govan Whittle's out for us in Pretoria covering